So I'm wondering, do you get out of the way when you see somebody walking on the sidewalk coming towards you? Or do you take up space? Do you stand your ground? So I'm asking this because I have seen some videos, seen some articles written about, taking up space, especially black women taking up space. And I find myself, or I have found myself in the past, not doing so. And over the last, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 9 months, probably even longer than that, I have been consciously making sure that I take up space and being like, fuck that. Like, I'm here, I am walking here, and I deserve to walk where I am. You move out of the way, like, or we're gonna bump shoulders. And I can remember a time sitting with a client outside of a shopping center, and we're sitting in these comfortable chairs, and then this group of people like comes into our space basically, and they're there to take a picture. And she, starts to get up to move, and I was like, no, sit right there. Like, we were here. If we're in their way, they need to say something. They need to say, excuse me, we're gonna take a picture, would you mind stepping over, or we don't want to be in your way, or something to acknowledge the fact that we're sitting there, right? So it made her hella uncomfortable to do that at first. And then instead of dwelling on it, like, I changed the subject and we started talking about something else. And then a few minutes later, they were done with their picture. They went about their way, and she like had this sigh of relief, and she was like, you know what? I don't ever do that. I always get out of the way. And so I, told her that needs to be like one of your homework assignments, is standing in your space, holding your own space, not getting out of the way for people who, may not acknowledge you because you've moved. So I really think that it's very important for black women, brown women. I'm a black woman, so, I can't speak for someone else's experience, but I can speak for my experience in knowing that it's powerful to stand up and take space for yourself. When I was in Bali, I was walking with my photographer, and this woman and was literally wrangling up her children, right? So she's walking towards us. She's holding her child's hand. The people in front of me, she moved over for them, right? So she moved her and her child over on the sidewalk so that the white man that was in front of me could walk by. When it came to me and my photographer, my photographer was Balinese, she did not move, and neither did I. The photographer moved, stepped from the sidewalk onto the street. And I'm like, I'm not stepping onto the street because people around here drive crazy, right? So, and I bumped into this, and she was German because she cursed me out in German. And I laughed because I was like, she expected me to move, and I didn't. And I don't know I caught two of the words because I know what nigger means in several languages, interestingly enough. She called me that, and she called me something else that I can't remember at the time right now. But the point is that I didn't care because she didn't say excuse me. I literally watched her move herself and her son out of the way for somebody else, and she didn't give me the same courtesy. So why would I give her the same courtesy? If she said excuse me, if she said anything other than staring at me and expecting me to move, I may have moved, but she didn't, so I didn't. So, black women, stand in your space, take up space, bump people in the shoulder if you have to, because you matter. Your space matters. If people invade your personal space, say something about it. I can't tell you how many times I've been in line in a grocery store or someplace and been irritated because somebody's basket is right up close to me or their body is right up close to me. And in fact, I can tell you about one time before I left the States. I was in Pharmaca in Oakland on College Avenue, I think it is, and this man was in line. I'm here. This man is literally right here. I kept turning back a couple of times, like, you know, to give him the hint of you're too close to me. One of the times I turned back so that my purse hit him. If you're close enough for my purse to hit you, you're too fucking close, right? So then he still didn't get the hint. So I turned over to him. I said, "Excuse me, could you give me some space?" And he looked flabbergasted. He looked so shocked at the fact that I asked for space. He took 2 steps back. I said, "No, I need more space." Because number one, I was asking a question of the representative, the salesperson that I didn't need, didn't care for anybody else to hear about. And number two, you were too fucking close. I said it again. He then moved back. And interestingly enough, I saw people in line behind him smiling at the fact that I said something. The cashier that was helping me, when the guy that was close to me was helped by someone else, he thanked me for saying something and apologized and said, you know, I wish people just don't get it. I don't understand why people just don't get it. I wish he would have moved the first time you said something. So you gotta take up space. You have to speak up for yourself because no one else will. Don't be concerned about being the angry black woman. You aren't angry. You are just being a woman. You are being whoever it is that you are being in that space. And we have to change the narrative. We have to change this picture of us being angry because we speak up for ourselves. I wasn't angry. I was frustrated. You're too close. You get closer and closer and closer to me, then I'm gonna be angry. Then the words that I'm gonna use might not be so nice. Then the facial expression is not gonna be so nice. You feel me? So there's levels to this. And we, unfortunately, have to teach people how to treat us. And I don't just mean black women, I mean this in general. People are gonna treat you how they wanna treat you until you teach them to treat you differently. So, women, black women, my beautiful black sisters, take up space. Do not hide. Speak up for yourself. Do what you need to do to make sure you are seen as the queens that you are. Talk to you soon.